episode 130. Welcome to the Unschlagbar Ehrlich podcast. Gary Stark Jr. and Gary Stark Sr. Hi.
Yes. Hello.
So nice meeting you too.
You too.
Nice meeting you also.
Yeah, it's crazy. Actually, you should do the intro because we are in your studio, Gary Stark Jr.
No. This is your set. This is your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got 100 and something episodes. I only got 9.
Crazy. So crazy. Yeah, but you are doing podcasts. How did you get into podcast?
I started a long time ago with a couple of friends, and everyone told me to do it, and I was like, nah, I don't need to. And next thing you know it, I was like, why not do it now? You know, and with my father is my co-host and him being one of the best boxing trainers in boxing. So I said, you know what? Me and him always arguing, always fooling around. So I said, why not do it now? And everyone told me how good that we're together and we play off each other well. He's my best friend, so why not now?
And we know a lot of people too, so it makes it fun because a lot of the people that we know, they have some great stories, so it gets to be fun,
Yeah, that's why I love podcasts because you can just talk and you don't have to cut anything out. You can just talk to athletes and they tell you so much stuff. And you too, you're like comedy poor. I was sitting there looking at your interview the 1 hour before.
Listen, baseball been always my dream. I always wanted to become a baseball player, and me and him played baseball since I was 5 years old. So to interview one of my friends, and he made to Major League Baseball with a lot of great baseball players, it was just a thrill. Like how I know him and how we're always a fan of him, but more or less as a friend, and just hear these stories is great. And me and him, we just love baseball so much.
Yeah, and your dad, you actually wanted him to play baseball, right? Professional.
I did everything I could to make him a baseball player. But like size and I guess, his arms and, he needed a strong arm. He had to be big and, I didn't bless him with that.
But you know what? When I used to get nervous a lot. You know why? I think I used to get nervous a lot because I loved it so much. And I always wanted to make him proud and stuff like that. So I used to put a lot of pressure on myself. So I used to get super, super nervous. Boxing just came natural.
Yeah, but it's funny because in boxing, he never got nervous. I think I was the nervous one in boxing. He had fun.
Yeah.
And baseball was the opposite. Like he was the nervous one.
I think more or less because I love baseball more than boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In boxing I was just good at it.
Yeah.
And I had what my father has is that toughness that he instilled in me. So
from the beginning.
From the very, very beginning, sparring and don't let this so I put that into my work ethic and training hard, and I got all that from him.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, like when you love something, and you enjoy doing it, because there's probably things that you go through life that you don't enjoy, that you just have to do it. But boxing, like he loved it. Like in the beginning, I guess I was hard on him. So he kind of shied away.
You said in the podcast before, and you were saying he was abusive.
I was when I look at because we have the VHSs, and when I used to film some of the stuff, and I'd look at myself yelling at him, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know, but I wanted him to be perfect. I wanted to, because boxing's a rough sport, so I wanted him really to make it as a pro.
I appreciate it now, though. I appreciate it now. Yeah. I really appreciate it now because I understood, because when you could lose your life in boxing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And one thing about me, and he could tell you, I got a gladiator on my back, like a big tattoo guy, because I really felt like when I would fight, I would fight to the death. Like I fought with one eye. I don't care. Like I'm gonna give it everything I have to win this fight. And that made me different. Listen, I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the strongest. But everyone in boxing that knew me, or especially in New York, knew I had the biggest heart. I wasn't quitting. I wasn't, so I get that a lot from him. There was so many times in the gym sparring, don't get down, and you know what I'm saying? Like I had a guy headbutt me and in my chest, and so because sparring is really
and
fighting.
We didn't lose a lot. Like I wish I knew we were in a different era. If I knew what I know now, because I was just learning, training him at that time. I was just, because I boxed when I was younger, but now when it came to the business part, I didn't know the business part. I'm just working with him and I'm listening to people, and sometimes people direct you the wrong way. So I'm directing him in a way where if I know what I know now, he would have been world champion. He's a 3-time Golden Glove champion. He was ranked 4th in the country.
Yeah.
He's 25-3 as a pro. He was 18-0. Some of these kids, they have a loss before they got like 10 fights.
Yeah.
And they're making big money now. You know, if I knew what the way I could maneuver now, he would have been different. It would have been so different.
Yeah, but I guess, it plays out that way, but
So you were like the manager and the trainer and the father and everything?
well, he got me a lot of my fights though.
Yeah.
He paid out a lot of my fights, but the thing too, my father was more or less he didn't give me no easy fights really. Even the guys who had semi good records, they were tough, and it's hard to find like really really bad fighters at such a low weight class.
Yeah.
Because small guys, they're just good.
But they would also influence me. Like they would say, like he's fighting the guy Louis Bolaño. The guy had like 35 fights, like
38 wins, 3 losses.
Yeah, like 37 knockouts. He fought for a world title, and they're convincing me for him to fight him for like 5,000. So like the matchmaker for the promoter would go like, you know what? Oh, this guy beat him, so your son will beat him, and don't worry, yo, kid will beat him. And I'm like, but it's a rough fight for him.
I was only
Exactly,
15.
and 5,000
But
is
no,
nothing.
he'll beat him. And then I'm saying, you know what?
Yeah.
He'll beat him. You know what? So I would put him in there.
Yeah.
We beat him, but
Was
even though
such
you
a-
win, it's still wear and tear. So now you go through like 4 or 5 rough fights. You're not the same, And now guys are not fighting. No, they handpick the guys they want to fight. Now they'll see, this guy is 8-0, but he fought he fought his brother 7 times.
Oh my God, yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then
I
he
know
gets
what
the
you mean.
wins, and now he's
Yeah.
making money. If I would have known like what I know now, I would have having a hard
Yeah, I
fight,
was-
3 easy fights, maybe a hard fight, 3, and build his record up to where we can make money.
But boxing you get a lot of like in our case we got fought on Showtime. We really won, we lost, and then going back I was mentally not in it, and we should have pulled out, but we didn't.
Which time was it?
Well, I was 18-0, and then next thing you know we fought on Showtime,
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Miami, Oklahoma. We really won. Everyone had us winning. And next thing you know, we get robbed. We were like they gave it to the other guy.
It was our own promoter. We won 9 out of the 12 rounds.
Yeah.
If you want to give it 8-4, we clearly won that fight.
Every
and we lose, and it's our own promoter.
and
I'm like,
every
what's-
top journalist, every top boxer, Harold Letterman, God bless him, and Steve Farhart, every top guy had me winning.
and Nick Charles, remember Nick Charles?
Nick Charles, every
loved
top,
him, man.
every top. Harold Letterman said, "Yo, you really won." Harold Letterman is one of the.
Yeah.
He's
That
a
all of us had
historic
him winning.
scoreman
Everybody.
card. Everyone.
Even the kid, after a while,
Yeah.
came up to him and goes, "You know what? You really beat me."
And I don't like any guys that beat me, so I'm petty like that. And then going on my second fight, I wasn't mentally in it, and we should have pulled out, but we didn't. And then my third fight, I was going through like some health problems, but we got convinced by De La Hoya to do it, and we lost again, and we weren't 100%. So what we know now, if I'm not 100%, I'm not fighting.
Pull out.
Exactly. Yeah.
But now people do it. They do it for mental health issues and this and that. But we come from an era that we didn't, man
No,
up.
What happened was that
exactly.
when we pulled out of this promoter,
Yeah.
we needed another promoter. So Golden Boy gave us an
We
offer,
rushed it.
and if we beat this guy, because we box him in camp, and if we beat this guy, they'll sign us. So it was like if we don't beat him, they're not signing us. We beat him with signing, and like he was sick, he couldn't make the weight. He was stuck on one. At that time, he had to make
I had-
122. He was stuck on 124. He couldn't.
Oh my God.
He was done. He was done.
I had bad stomach issues, and you look at me in the scale, I look depleted. But
He got sick going into. We were going into
yeah, it was
Chicago.
really
He got
bad.
sick.
And then even
I should have pulled him out.
And then even with the fight with fought in Oklahoma for the 12 rounds for the championship, We got stuck in the airport for 3 days.
Oh my
you
God.
should, you know,
What?
and Al Heyman, the most famous guy in boxing,
Yeah.
he is boxing. He said, "Don't take that fight. Don't take that fight."
he
And
was
we didn't
telling us
listen,
to do that.
and we took it, and you know,
Yeah,
and
this
then we tried to
happens.
call him back, and he didn't pick up the phone anymore. It's understandable.
Yeah.
And then going on the second Raw, my good friend Abner Maris was still mad about Al Heyman, and next thing you know, we're getting our fights. But you know, and then next thing you know, we got a faulty medical.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I retired. They said I had there was a doctor, Dr. Jordan. He was horrible, and he was giving everyone boxers false reports about health.
No
So,
way. Is
yes.
this like official? Like
Yeah,
did
so
they-
they fired him, and next thing you know, we're going to
They did fine.
yeah, they fired him. So I won my last three out of four
fights.
fights, right? So next thing you know, we're
Oh,
going
3
in.
fights in a row. yeah.
So next thing you know, we're going to fight. We're supposed to be fighting the Puerto Rican Olympian at Barclays, and the same week of the fight, they said that I think it was Monday, and then Tuesday I went. I worked out twice that day. I had to go to work, and then on Wednesday, the week of the fight,
Yeah.
they said, they called me up. They go, "Gary, you're not fighting." And I said, "What?" I said, "Hello?" And he hung up. And then I called him back. He didn't pick up. Then I called back. And then he says, "I'm not letting you fight. You have beginning stages of Parkinson's disease."
Oh my God.
He said, "Your memory is faulty." He said, "Your reflexes are shot." He says that you speak with a slur. He says that, and he said, and I think that's what he said. And
But this was another doctor. So the other doctor.
no. So he said that. Dr. Jordan said that. So a
What?
neurologist
Yeah.
that never ever heard me speak before. He never even he didn't check my MRI. He didn't check my CAT scan because I passed all that.
But he was the
And he
official
never-
doctor for this event.
Yes, I never touched my reflex.
Yeah.
Never did
What?
that.
How can he make?
And next thing you know it, we're going back and forth, and that was my second fight that got canceled, and I was like, that's it.
And then when they put you on suspension, you can't. It's so hard to get off of it.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
and
And then
then-
you're out like
and then I
some
got-
months.
Yeah, you
at
have to take
least.
1,000 tests. You have to go
Yeah.
through.
And then
you
I
know.
got a second opinion from the top neurologist from Columbia Hospital,
Yeah.
and he said there's nothing wrong with me.
And you
He
know what?
tests
You
me.
get scared. You know him.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
get scared when you start hearing a doctor telling you, you know,
Yeah.
you have this and
Almost
that and that.
Parkinson,
You know, it affects
Yeah.
you personally.
And he
like
tested
I'm like,
me.
wow.
He
Yeah.
tested me and stuff like that, and you know,
I was worried. I'm like, wow, he's
and,
got
then-
Especially, yeah.
and that's why I started doing triathlons, and that's why I started
Sorry, triathlons.
Swimming.
What is that?
a
triathlon.
Yeah, triathlon. So I retired
even know
that,
a
and I
triathlon
started
coach.
I started just focusing on personal training a lot,
Yeah.
and I started getting certifications. And then a friend of mine said to do triathlons, and I was on the team, and I never swam before, or biked before, or anything like that before. And my motivation was like, you said that my reflex was faulty. You said that I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that.
Oh, it
So
gave
that's
you
what
motivation.
Yeah, they gave me motivation to do it.
Yeah.
And then my last triathlon before the pandemic, I finished first in my age group in
What?
the Mile Pack triathlon.
Congratulations.
And then thank you. And
Nice
next you
one.
know it, I took a test that was so hard.
Yeah.
The USA triathlon coach, and I passed that, and that was tough. So all the stuff that he said that my memory is faulty, my this and that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna show you.
You proved him
and
wrong.
I proved him wrong, and
Yeah.
and that's why I do what I do now.
Yeah.
You know, and I enjoy it, and watching my father with all his great fighters, and it's just tough for me to help him out really a little bit, but because I feel with it, because he taught me so well, and I have him, and I have a lot of great trainers that I had through the way of me boxing,
Yeah.
from me sitting down and talking to Nassim Richardson and
Barry
and
Hunter.
Barry Hunter, all these great trainers, and they just sometimes
their brain,
you
you
pick
know.
their brains, and just watching me shadow boxing with Bernard Hopkins in Miami, and you know, I did it differently. So when he tells me something, like he showed me and stuff like that, but now I have a different way because now I work with Roger Mayweather. I work with this person. Work with this person, and I get to see a little bit of each person, not just him, because he got his own way.
Yeah.
But now I get a lot of great trainers.
Still
So I
learning,
dabble
still
in
learning.
it, right? So I got his great tutelage,
Yeah.
and then I also have Nassim Richardson. I have Roger Mayweather. I had this guy, so it puts me in a little bit of and I did it a little bit more than a lot of people. Well, so I know how to teach it. I have my own way. My father said, but because he's not familiar, because he likes his way, and that's why it makes him a great trainer. That's his way.
But now we got all these tools and new stuff.
Now it's my way.
Yeah.
He's an aggressive boxer, and I like doing that, but I like a little bit more boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit. But that just puts me in a different sense a little bit, because I know which way to move. One thing about me from boxing, he can't he used to tell me when we used to spar, yo, throw one, throw two, and I need to think, so I can't do what he tells me to do in that brain.
But let me tell you something.
But it's difficult because you're a father.
No, but when you train
always.
people, when I train people, right, and it's working, and you're winning, why change it?
Yeah.
So sometimes you get other trainers that don't know stuff. So that's my painting right there, right? And you take your brush and you paint in my painting. You stick in your brush in my painting. So it's not the same painting. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of trainers that they don't know a lot of stuff. I like the old school. I'm from old school. In our days, if you watch the 70s, 80s fighters, right? They're going 15 rounds.
I know.
These guys
Crazy.
now, they're 12 rounders.
Yeah.
They're on social media. They're champions when they didn't fight nobody. They're skimming through guys. In our days, there were the 3 belts. There was like 3 belts, and then you have to work your way up through those belts. And when I trained, we didn't have personal trainers like that. Like a trainer a trainer was the personal trainer and was the boxing trainer.
Yeah, but he got to know that times are revolving.
Different,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but some of it is not for the best.
So mind you, so come back. Yo, don't film me. Don't do that. We used to argue because I love to be filmed and stuff like that. Doing pads. Yo, don't film me. But now he gets it. It's all about, so like, do you have a Jake Paul and stuff like that?
Let's say I'm fighting you, right? I go on the website. I'm looking at everything you do. So
Exactly.
I don't want that from my fighters. I want you not to be able to see my fighters. So you don't know what you're coming up against. If I look at you, I'm studying you. I'm like, wow, oh, she does this. Oh, she throws her left hand like this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
This is old school nowadays, but that stuff you're doing now,
making you money.
It's
Makes
publicity.
money. Yeah.
So of course but as a fighter wise, if I want him to be a champion, if I want him to do this is what I'm saying. It's like Amanda Serrano. She don't have a cell phone. She don't have this. That girl's one of the biggest female champions, and
you
was
coach
just
her.
the way she did it, and I like the way she did it. If you look, the only time you could really see her is probably if you watch her fights.
But she's big on social media.
Coming up, she wasn't.
But the thing, I believe in sort of you never film sparring. That's it. You never film. That's the old school way.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know if a person did, maybe the guy had a bad day. You never want to show up your sparring partner. I understand that. But everything else, social media, then that's what makes money. The Logan Paul, Jake Paul.
Exactly. And that's the thing. They took the shortcut. They are not even, they had no amateur career, nothing. They went straight to the top. Just because they had so many followers and could sell
and
fights.
That's why they got money, and that's why we're broke.
And that's a big problem. And also a big other problem, we already talked a little bit about it, is fighting and you didn't win a fight who you should definitely had won. And that's a big problem. I mean, fans do not want to see someone winning a fight who wasn't actually the winner. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Well, now they look at it what this fighter could do for them.
Yeah.
So if I'm a promoter and I'm looking at you and I say, wow, I can make money with this fighter. So we got to keep them winning.
Yeah.
They sell out the stadium. No, we got to keep them winning. So we'll give them someone easy or whatever. Then when they put them with someone hard and it's a close fight, they give it to you because you're that you're that money. You're the money guy, and that's how business. It's business.
Yeah,
It's not the sport no more. This is business.
How can we get back to that? I mean, I want to see boxing like Muhammad Ali's time.
It's not. You know what? It's not going to get better because if you look at if you watch the amateurs now, even the amateurs, the people that are running like the AIBA and all that, it's not the same no more.
Damn. Corruption all over the place.
Yeah, they're so corrupt. They do what they want now.
I know.
You know what? You know what's funny? I was even saying, back in the days, right? We had the United States team. We did our own Olympic team. We would fight. And New York is hard. You could ask him to be an Olympian. It's so hard. You have to win the U.S. championship. You have to. So now they want us to compete against Central America and South America, and then we don't have our whole team. So it'll be like you have a guy from Puerto Rico, you have a Dominican guy, you'll have an American, another American, and you have. What happened to our whole American team? We have every weight classes. We have, and if you notice, some countries, if you go to Europe, they have their whole weight class.
Yeah, exactly.
England had their whole weight class.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this to us? Because they don't like America. They want to stab us in the back because they know our guys are good. Now they came up with this rule, which is totally unfair. They said, if you're a coach, right, and you coach professionals, you can't coach amateurs.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's not even the same sport.
Now, let me tell you something. At that time, you had professional basketball players in the Olympics. So what does the coach have to do with it? Now, if you go to Europe, right, or Russia, I don't know their coaches. You see our coaches on TV all the time. America, you're going to see, you know who Angelo Dundee is, or you know who this guy is, because we're all constantly on TV. Do I know a German coach? Do I know the Russian coach? I don't know them because they're not. They're pro. They don't have pro fighters. They don't have pro fights at that time. Everything was amateur. You understand?
Yeah.
So they kind of like stabbed us in the back. I'm like, why? Our whole Olympic team that won. I had Marcus Brown. Our whole Olympic team. They got rid of all the coaches right before the Olympics.
Oh my God!
How can you do that? So he had to use an amateur coach that he never knew. We had Barry Hunt in camp. We had Mike Stafford, the best coaches coaching the Olympic team. All of a sudden, they came up with this, and our coaches were pissed. They were like, no, how are you getting rid of us? We're running this American team. They don't want us. They just didn't want us to win. They don't want us to do it. They stabbed us in the back. Like, why would they do that?
That's the reason why America's not so good anymore at boxing.
No. Yeah. But we're good in professional fights. So it's different,
I just think it's an amateur style. A lot of top amateurs, they have like a pro style. Amateur style is a little different. So that's why you get a lot of these amateurs. They were great amateurs, but not really in that. But
the transition is so difficult.
The pros, they're bad boys. You know, we have a little shoo, Bruce Cameron. He was a bad boy. I think he's one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah, but you get a lot of these guys now that coming out of Europe have a lot of. I have a lot of Ukrainian fighters, right?
Oh yeah, they're so good.
And they have like 400 or 500 amateur fights. They could fight 5 pro fights and be world champions. That's
like
how good they are.
But that's why they come to New York to find that special style that we have.
Because you know why? In their countries, there's no pro fighting. So most of their fights are amateurs. Then they did the.
Then they have amateur style. They do, you know what I'm saying? But when they come out here,
then they try to do an amateur pro. It was the World Series of Boxing.
Yeah.
Remember that?
With no
they did
headgear.
the World Series of Boxing.
With no headgear.
So it was like you fight 5 rounds, and it's like pro. They're paying, their countries pay them. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's still amateurs. So they could still fight in the Olympics. And these guys have like 400 or 500 amateur fights. Come to the United States, you get a guy like Lomachenko, like 3 fights, he's world champion. But he's good.
He had
kid is good.
The experience, I mean. Yeah.
So that's probably our guys. We have to earn it to get up these rankings, you know.
I was only thought like, okay, in America everyone's going pro because you need money.
Money.
Yeah,
it's money.
It's all about money.
But in Europe and all those countries, it's that our amateurs they don't pay our amateurs. They don't care about amateurs.
I know.
The other countries they care. In Europe, they care about their amateurs.
No,
they
not
give
really,
them
not really. Yeah, a little bit maybe. But
in Ukraine, they give them houses.
Yeah,
they give them.
Not
Russia
in Austria though.
Huh?
Not in Austria. In Austria, it's so tough to be.
Oh,
you can be like in the military and have time to go boxing, but that's it. Support is not so good in Austria. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Only for the best, like
You're
2 or 3
from
best.
Austria?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where my ancestors are.
Yeah, where I told you.
Yeah, he told me. He told
Austria,
me.
yeah.
German Jews from
That's
Austria.
why, like, Stark.
Yeah.
It's a great name. It's really great.
Thank you.
Who did you? You said like Amanda Serrano. You were coaching Amanda Serrano. Who else did you coach?
I had Louis Collazo.
Yeah.
Let me see, guys. Sergey Derevenchenko, Kit Trav. We had Ivan Galou. We had Rich Comey. These were all world champions.
Train Ivan Bojanovic, right?
Oh, Ivan Baranchik, the Beast.
You have the Tasmanian that was it
Aftandil Christidis. If you watch that the thing, Mike Tyson, baby. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Yeah.
That's me and him.
Yeah, that's
It was me and him.
He's
Awesome.
from Georgia.
He's from Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's
a
so
bad boy.
good.
Yeah.
And then I have Marcus Brown. That was my kid, Olympian.
Yeah.
He was world champion.
Is this something they have in common? Like all of them?
No, they all have different styles. They all have
Different styles, different
Yeah, so you have to-
mentality, everything.
Yeah, you have to train them. You don't want to change their style because they're good at what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you just want to add on. Like they make mistakes. You just want to correct it. You want to make them perfect, especially for boxing. You want to
Yeah.
make them really perfect. You get hit in boxing, you're gone.
Yeah.
I seen it with him, and it scared me.
What exactly?
We were fighting. He was fighting a kid. We
I was
winning
fighting,
every round
I'm
and
just
a
making
knockdown.
I was making
And he
slip
got
up.
caught.
Boom.
He made a mistake. He dropped his hand.
one
Boom.
of the-
My first time
Yeah.
I've ever been knocked out.
Yeah, but you said the first time you got knocked out was like baseball.
Yeah, that's one of them. But this
He
time-
wasn't knocked out. He
Nah,
exaggerated.
But this was
I knocked him out when he gave me a
but-
bad report card.
Yeah.
I guess.
There's the abusive dad.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, but after that, I got
after
straight
that, it was
A's.
straight A's.
Oh my god.
No, straight B's.
so-
Straight C's.
Doesn't
Right.
matter. It's a good
Yeah,
grade.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, he was never straight A. Straight B, I could give him.
which athlete had straight A's? I mean, they don't have time for sitting there and studying.
He used to help me doing. He used to help me with my homework and just
Yeah.
yell at me. He was like, "Yo, it's not a fucking you don't do it like that." And then I was like,
Watch your
"All right,
mouth.
I'm sorry."
I have to cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we're gonna. I
Don't
keep
worry.
telling her he's gonna go in the room with rice.
how was having him as a father and as a coach?
I didn't think of it like that. He's at the end of the day, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
You know, so
I'm gonna tell you a good. I'm gonna tell you a
Wait,
good
wait,
story.
wait, don't-
Let me tell you a
don't-
good story.
don't
No,
be
no.
too
This is a
long.
good story. One day we're fighting, right? He's fighting this Mexican kid. The kid was maybe like, maybe 7-3 or something
Yeah.
like that, right? So we're getting ready to fight. Knucklehead here forgets his boots, right? So he didn't have his boots. All right. So now he had to look perfect, or his outfit was crazy,
Like today.
Yo, Dad, I don't have my boots, this and that. I said, yo, we'll borrow Curtis's boots. Curtis had some beat up ass boots, right? All of a sudden, it's like 2 fights before our fight.
Oh my god.
Okay, where's your son at? Let's go. We're getting ready. We have to wrap him up and all that. And then, yo, kid, where is he? You believe this guy leaves Hammerstein Bournemouth, running down 7th Avenue to Foot Locker to go buy a pair of boots
No way.
in his boxing outfit.
And they are not
No, I
not
didn't
even
have my
like
box
boxing.
outfit. I had some sweatpants on real quick.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I rolled and I couldn't find a pair of boots. I couldn't find a pair
my
of boots.
god.
This took like 3 rounds out of him from the fight.
Yeah, I run back. I was like, "Yo," and this was before like I really had my cell phone on, and
Oh
so
my
I was
God.
like, "Wow."
You
Yeah.
run there.
Yeah, I ran all up freaking 34th Street.
Oh my god.
Every freaking store. I'll come back. This was. And,
We should have told Frankie that
Oh
story.
my
Yeah.
God, and
He would have loved it.
And then I come back and goes, "Yo, where the fuck you at?" And I was like, "Yo, I couldn't find no boots. I love my boots." He goes, "Yo, you should do it." And
Who
then-
drove you back? Tell her who drove you back.
I forgot who
The
drove
cops, remember? You
No.
Oh yeah. You know,
You gotta look. That's what I'm saying. You don't remember nothing, man.
Oh, maybe Parkinson is.
And now
No,
maybe
the
he was-
police.
he-
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
the doctor
nah,
was
but-
right. Anyway.
I'm gonna hire
And
Dr.
then-
Jordan back.
And they, but I wanted to win the fight. You know,
Yeah, he
And I
won the
look-
fight,
and I
but
look- and I
he
look
could have
good.
looked better.
Awesome.
because that Mexican kid was tough. He
No,
kept
it
coming
was,
and
it was
coming
from,
and
it
coming.
was from it was
He was tired from
Juan-
running to the store.
Juan Carlos Santiago. That Mexican dude didn't want to not go down,
He
boy.
will not go
I
down.
I hit him the hardest I got. He said, all he just did is laugh at me.
He said, "You go to get boots while I'm
Yeah.
fighting you. All right,
And then I heard my hand.
you
the last
taking me
punch.
lightly.
Boom.
All right, you want to get boots, huh?"
Gary, are you actually like addicted to shoes? Because when we walked here, we had to pass by a shoe shop and we went inside it and looking
Yeah,
at
and then
shoes.
We just window shop.
Yeah, we were window
you did?
shopping.
Yeah, right. So I picked
I
her
mean,
up. I picked her up because she don't have
They're great shoes
Wi-Fi.
anyway.
I'm a great guy, so I picked her up from my house and
How'd
to
you
put-
guys meet?
We just today.
You went to Gotham's?
No.
No,
I met her at her house. I met her at the place where she's staying at.
Yeah.
I said, "Come on," and drove, and we've
Yeah.
been married ever since.
Yeah, I wrote him yesterday, like, hey, you have interest on time in a podcast interview. And he was like, yeah,
And I
why
said,
not?
"You're from
And it's a
Austria?"
coincidence you had podcasts?
Yeah.
No. Well, the kid Ruben at work with, he said, "Do you want to do her podcast?" I was like, "I'll do a podcast."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And then today, she don't know how to go around, so I said, "I'll pick you up." So I picked her up, and we've been married ever since.
Yeah.
When do you go back?
The
The
19th.
day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh
Day
yeah.
after
How long you were here
tomorrow.
for?
Oh, almost 3 months. I did a whole US trip.
Yeah.
It was your first
Travel.
time here?
It's my first time. Yeah.
What'd you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
Damn, it's so crazy. It's fun, it's big, it's bright, it's inspiring. It's just great.
And you're seeing the worst New York right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Right,
well,
Will?
all right. That's enough.
Yeah, I'm saying
Let's
it.
get
New York was
political.
better.
All right, you start getting political. All right.
All right, political, yeah.
No,
This
please
guy don't
not.
know
You
this guy.
I already heard you're a Trump
Yeah,
supporter.
yeah. No, it's
But
not
you
even
don't have the
Trump.
mega hat. You have like a
No,
normal.
he's not a Trump supporter like that because they.
It's just I don't like this president. Yeah,
Yeah. All right, let's not talk about politics.
I'll pick him over.
All right,
him.
all right. But
Hey,
that's about it.
Gee, did you actually got a hat because you're a fan of Sly Stallone?
Excuse me.
Are
Sly
you
Stallone.
a fan of Sylvester Stallone?
That's like from Rocky.
It's from
Remember
Rocky.
Hey,
Rocky
hey,
Balboa
hey.
had the same hat.
Hey, Will. Hey yo, Tommy Gunn. You knocked him down. Why don't you try and knocking me down now?
Damn, I will do a podcast interview only
Like
with you
that one,
and tell everyone I interviewed Sly.
That's Sylvester Stallone right
Oh my
there.
God. Yeah. He's so great.
Yeah, he was good, right? All his movies, huh?
Yeah, I watched everyone.
Well, did I sound like him? There you go.
You hit
Hey,
me,
yo,
I sue.
Hey, yo,
Sue
Tommy
me for
Gunn.
what?
Hey, yo.
Sue me for what?
But you guys are so. You look so great. I mean, we have cameras here, but normally I don't do the podcast with cameras. But here, for the listeners who don't see the cameras, you guys are like, you are sitting here in a suit. You are sitting here like with a nice hat and looking great.
Oh,
and
thank
I'm sitting
you.
here in my sports clothes. I mean,
Well, you
I
look
look
beautiful.
underdressed.
No, last
You look
you should have seen me
gorgeous.
last podcast. You
Well, you know
I had
what?
no.
I didn't.
He got mad at me. He said
know what?
he was goofing on me. He said my sweater looked like
Big Bird.
No way.
Yeah, like Big Bird. He was calling me Big Bird. He puts me, he's ragging me, my own son.
You know why? You know why I always dress. Even you never get a second chance making a first impression.
Oh, damn it. I'm so
And-
sorry that I made
No,
such
you're
an
beautiful.
impression.
And then when I would never forget this. I tell my kids,
Yeah.
tell my daughter, I said, you always got to dress right. You always got to look good going to go to school, because one day my mother and my father was divorced, and my father came all the way from Brooklyn to Staten Island to pick me up. And I couldn't wait for my father to pick me up. And on every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I stayed with my father. So he beeped the horn, he got out, and I dressed like a bum.
Oh, shit.
So my father looked at me, he goes, yo, you're not coming at me looking like that. You look like a bum. I'm like, no. He goes, no, you're not looking at me like that. Next thing you know it, he left, he went back, he goes, I'll see you next week. And that was the last time I looked like a bum.
I'm gonna tell you a good story.
All right, not
I
too
used to
long.
get him. I used to give him nice haircuts all day, right? So he's hanging around with his boys on the block. He comes home with a dude rag on.
Oh.
I'm like, 'cause he wanted to be like the boys. That's like Eminem wearing a do rag, right?
Yeah.
So he comes in. I said, take that off your head. I said, I pay nice haircuts for you all the time, nice groomed. His nails, everything had to be nice. I said, I pay for those haircuts. You're gonna wear a do rag. Take that off. Don't you ever wear that. Am I right?
Yeah, it was right. But
Can't even imagine it.
But It was more or less, yo.
No.
He was people in jails.
I was a great father.
No. I said he goes, yo,
people in jails where
that's
what correction officer.
So he goes, and I never put on do rag on again.
Nope.
He goes, yo, people in jail, yo, you ain't no jail, yo. And that was the last time I did.
Even the kids in the gym, they can't wear their pants hanging off their butt.
Yeah, but that's what he's selling me, and that's why I tell my kids, "Don't coming with me dressing like a bum." You know?
And especially work ethic. How to say work ethic? Yeah. Man, let's talk about it. You told me like you are getting up at 3 a.m. or 3:30.
I wake up every morning, 3:30 in the morning.
Every morning. I mean, now it's like past 8, somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m.
Yeah, but I
that child support's a killer.
Yeah.
But
where did you get?
I don't sleep
that
well.
child support will do that to you.
My father used to wake me up, going when I was boxing. When I first started boxing, I was playing college baseball too.
Yeah.
My father used to wake me up early, 4 o'clock in the morning, go running. Then
4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, go running, and then I would get home, get changed, and go to college. 2 buses, 2 trains. I would do my schoolwork. I either had baseball practice or a baseball game. I would take 2 buses, 2 trains back home, and then wait for him to get home and go boxing.
I would pick him up sometimes too.
3 trainings per day.
Yeah, and then boxing. And no, it wasn't, because you didn't pick me up like that, because you.
I used to wait in front of that restaurant. When you used to come out of Kingsborough on the side there.
That was when wait, time out. That was when I wasn't boxing at that time.
No, you were playing baseball.
But I was at the El Carib. That was when I'm talking about when I used to fight in the Golden Gloves. So I lost my first year in the Golden Gloves. So tired.
Yeah, you told me.
And I used to take 2 buses and just to wait, because I used to get out of work you'd be home at like 6.
Yeah.
So as soon as I come home, I used to wait for him to come home, and I used to be dead tired. And we used to go to the gym at like 6:37, and I used to be so tired, and I'd come home sometime, I would fall asleep with my boxing stuff on me. He was, yo, go take a shower. I used to be so dead tired. So, yeah. And
did he made you drink like raw eggs?
Yes, he made me do that shit too.
That's so disgusting.
Gee, you didn't make me do raw eggs? Dad, you didn't make me raw eggs? To be swear, seriously, Dad, you didn't make me do raw eggs?
Hey, yo, Adrian.
No, come on, because listen, time out.
This is so Rocky style.
This is a lot of hours with this guy, but you didn't make me do raw eggs?
Never.
Gee.
All right, maybe once or twice, kid. Come on. You weren't on no raw egg diet.
You got still PTSD from
He
it.
wasn't on a raw egg diet.
Maybe the raw eggs.
I used to do when I was boxing, not when he was. Because, salmonella started coming.
Oh my
but
God.
you made me do it, dude.
I didn't.
I
didn't. Hey, no, I didn't. Hey, don't be a Fredo. Don't be a Fredo.
Yeah.
So you won 3 golden gloves. I mean, and then you started professional boxing.
Yeah, so I won 3 golden gloves, and I'm going nationally, and I won the 3 golden gloves. He never won the golden gloves, my father, but I gave him all my 3 golden gloves, and I gave him all to him.
Yeah, I have them in my house.
So I gave him all my golden gloves. I gave him my New York State title, everything I won in boxing. I gave it to him because
thank God I did.
He deserved it more than me sometimes, and he deserved it because he made me the man that I am today.
Yeah, you were living his dream a little bit.
Everything.
Well, what happened was when I fought the Golden Gloves, I won my first 2 open fights. I'm going to the quarterfinals, and I have the medal in my house. And I was in the academy of correction. They called me for correction officer.
Oh wow!
So I started the academy March 5th. March 6th, I had a fight in the Golden Gloves.
Oh my God!
So I'm in the academy, and I'm telling the Cap, I said, Cap, man, you gotta give me the day off. I'm fighting tonight in the Golden Gloves. He goes, nah, we can't do that. I said, come on, Cap. I said, give me that. I'll be here tomorrow. He goes, nah, because if you get hurt, you're not gonna be here. I'm pleading with him. I said, Cap, I won like 8 out of 9 fights. I won 8 out of 9 in a row. I had a good shot at winning the Golden Gloves. He turned me down completely.
You couldn't go to the tournament?
That was it. We were marching around Rikers Island.
Oh my God!
Remember how we used to do? We used to march around Rikers, sing cadres, all that. And then I had to go to the garden. This is all the way in Queens. I couldn't do it. That was the end of it.
That's awful.
And then well, he was always boxing when he was a little kid, so he was always around boxing.
Gary, what did you study? You said you went to college.
I studied Nazi and Holocaust. I studied that.
He started.
Was it like history?
Space. That's what he took. Space. He majored in space.
Yeah. Makes sense now.
If it wasn't for baseball, he probably wouldn't have went, you know.
And you know what's funny? This is the guy that tells me that I'm making fun of him and stuff.
No.
No, you roasted me. That's, yo, it's payback. Payback time.
I studied
Yeah.
taking up space in school.
Oh my God.
You can't even remember what he took. He took,
Yeah.
what'd you take? Academic courses? What'd you take?
I took not
Baseball.
Holocaust
Baseball
and-
101.
A baseball one.
Yeah,
I
he
would have loved it.
He wanted
I
to play
would-
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took
Okay, some history stuff.
hairdressing.
Oh yeah. You sure? You should do my
I
hair.
think that's
I
how Holocaust I
definitely
did
need a
it.
hairdresser.
I was like a history. I was like a history buff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what was the most important thing you learned from boxing?
Most important thing I learned from boxing was never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up.
Yeah, but that actually you learned from your father.
Yeah, but it instilled in boxing that I never gave up. You know, it's like from you have to kill me to beat me. Maybe that was a bad thing I did because I didn't get paid no money but that was me. I don't like losing. That's one thing I don't like losing. So I don't like losing in boxing. I don't like losing when I play basketball and stickball and whatever. I just don't like losing. So
It's discipline. Even in life, you want the best at what you go for.
I like
You know,
being number one.
You can't just settle. You know,
and I don't like losing. There's no second place trophy. You know, it's either your
Yeah,
first or
exactly.
your last. That's it.
Yeah. That's crazy. When Frank was here, he was talking like about baseball, and when he ended his professional career, he said like, okay, I didn't watch baseball the next 2 years because he just couldn't watch it. How is it for you after you finished your active career?
I never liked boxing. I never
so
watched
crazy.
it, and he could
So
tell you I
crazy.
never watched it.
yeah, he
No way.
No.
shied away. Like
Yeah,
that.
I people used to invite me to the fights. I never wanted to go. Just recently, I have a friend that wants, but I don't like going to fights.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
I would watch boxing all the time.
But I watch boxing now. But when I used to fight like a lefty, I used to watch Floyd fight a lefty. When I just watched Floyd Mayweather fight. That's all I did.
So he was your
Yeah.
favorite fighter?
Yeah, all time. And then of course I watched my friends because they fought a lot on TV. But that's about it. I hate boxing.
And it's funny. I had the at them days we had the box outside the window. Remember the satellite. And I used to watch HBO. I used to watch all the fights. I said, "Kid, come here. Well, come watch this fight with me, man." No, I don't want to watch boxing. I said, "Come on, man, watch it." No, I don't want to watch boxing.
People don't believe
He didn't want to watch it.
People don't believe me that I don't watch it. You know, now I watch it a little bit because it just showed people, but I don't like it.
What would you have chosen as a career if you could have?
Oh, if I was smart enough, I'd be a nice freaking financial guy, nice hedge fund guy. That's
Nice
what
comedian.
Now,
Yeah.
I do comedian now, but
The
what-
suit fits. I mean,
yeah,
he almost looks like
listen,
it.
Listen, I'm a classy gentleman. I'm a gentleman, but not a scholar. But that's me.
Yeah. What are you doing now, right now?
Right now, I'm just working as a personal trainer. I do comedy and
At the
stand-up.
Gulf Boxing Gym also?
Yep, and I do comedy on my spare time, and I do this podcast just like you, and I just hustle. And, you know, and my good friend Henry said, if I don't create, they want. And so I'm always creating. I'm always my goal, my passion. Maybe one day open my own gym. You know what I'm saying? I want
It's
to be.
almost the goal of every fighter I talk to. Everyone is
no, but
like-
he does mostly personal
I
training.
do-
So
I do.
he like helps a lot of people. I'm more like
If you're
me,
not
I
boxing,
could-
yeah, he don't want to fuck. He don't want to mess with you. He wants real boxers.
Yeah, like
That's-
right now,
and that's the way he is. Because you know we get.
if you don't fight, I don't
He
really,
gets the kids off the street. He works
he's
at.
more-
He helps out with a nonprofit. Get the kids off the street. He wants real
That's
fighters.
nice.
He wants real fighters. Me, I love making a person bad health, good health. I love boxing is a specialty. I critique it more than any other boxing trainer at any facility I am, Gotham or whatever, because I know what you have to do. I know what to take. Because I did it better and more than any of these guys ever did, and I know how to teach it. So I critique it. Not to mention, I'm more. I got more educational prowess on how your body needs to move, body mechanics, and how proprioception. I know all that when it comes down to your body. So of course I critique it a lot more. But that's why I love training, like showing people a specialty. I love showing people how to better health, and that's the way I love doing it. He does it.
But
You know,
for
get the kids,
professionals-
but because these kids ain't gonna be these kids. Getting these kids off the street is the most important. But as you see, you're gonna get a kid from the hood, the ghetto, to become a professional fighter. You're not gonna get a person at Gotham. You're not gonna get a person at a nice, rich gym. No, you're not gonna get that because there's
They
different.
already have.
They already have the
whatever
money. They already
need.
bust their ass in college
Yeah.
to be where they're at. These kids don't, maybe not ever go to college. Maybe not, you know. So boxing is there and they're out. You know what I'm saying? They're it's either boxing or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I got to show what I do in the ring. You understand? Like I train these kids. I want to see what I did for these kids boxing wise.
Well, you
Like
know
I want to
what?
see them perform.
But boxing,
I like if you're a personal like
But-
there's nothing there. It's
That's because that's the way.
it's just physical health. So
No,
it's
but
two
that's-
types.
but-
See, if I do it as a business, I'm just saying, if I do, I can make a lot of money doing
Yeah.
it as a business.
But no, I don't. Because he got his way of training. He don't know how to speak to that person. I'll be honest.
Again, it's
Because
not true.
if-
It's
No, all
not
right,
true. It's
all right.
not true.
Because you can't
I'm
nail
not
these
you.
person.
I'm not you.
All right. You could
I'm
do.
totally
all right,
different
all right.
than you.
'Cause- all
I
right.
watch you train people.
All right,
It's not the same.
All right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Not the
saying.
same.
I'm
It's-
not putting you down.
I train fighters to
Yes,
win.
This
And
is where I'm not putting you down.
don't say how I talk.
No.
to fighters.
But
I'm
it's
not. I'm
these
not
are
saying that.
two
Like if I'm
completely
training you, I will
difficult-
not talk to you
No.
as I do my fighters.
No,
because I'm not
I-
a professional.
No, but
You're more
like if
for
I'm
professionals
I'm
and
hard
you're
on my
more for
kids.
everyone. Yeah.
Like if you're a white collar fighter, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm not gonna yell at
but
you.
but I'm not saying that.
I see you yell at Olga. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying that.
What are you saying? Don't be a Fredo.
For everyone who's listening right now, this is normal. This is normal. I saw the podcast
Nah, this is normal. This is-
before.
Yeah,
Those two are always like fighting.
We always fight.
We do it
the thing
always,
is-
not-
always through life.
Oh
This
my
is-
God! But the thing is, you gotta know how to. I'm not every
Yeah.
person wants to be a boxer. Or, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Like
You
me,
know,
I don't want to be a
You know,
boxer.
yeah.
But
So-
you know, the guys I learned most from was like active professional fighters. If they show you something, they are so good at explaining stuff, showing something. Everything they do, you see it, and you learn. You learn so fast.
I can just picture this
This
guy
is
yelling
crazy.
at somebody doing
Yeah.
his wrong squat. You don't know. You know.
Yeah.
I won't do
Doesn't
that with
matter, it's
a. I
two
won't do
different
that with
styles.
a white collar
You won't?
person. No, because it don't drive me.
Exactly.
Go do that.
That's what I'm
do
saying.
Some sit-ups.
It's not you,
nice,
G.
nice.
G,
Okay.
it's not you.
But my guy, you're doing it wrong. No.
See, you know what? You know we argue a lot. We argue about. This is why I tell you what we argue about.
Yeah.
We're agreeing on the same thing but different terminology. I just said that he's not a personal trainer per se. He's a boxing trainer.
Yeah.
He wants it. Yo, that's him.
And a little bit old school.
And that's what everyone loves about him because
Yeah.
that's the way he is. He's not a personal trainer. He's not. You know what I'm saying? I did it for.
Yeah, he's like Rocky.
And now, mind
That's
you, I don't yell. Not yell. It's like I don't lie to my clients. I'm like, yo, you're doing that wrong.
But you know what? Your style of, I don't know, teaching and everything, it reminds me so much of the Floyd Mayweather boxing gym all around America. I mean, they are like fitness boxing and all into this. You should look it up. They are exactly what you all want to be.
You know what?
That's
No.
really cool.
We're ourselves.
No, but he does. He's in
Yeah.
Gotham.
I'm a fucking great trainer. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. To my friends.
Yeah, I mean,
But I'm a great-
Ruben told me you're a very
I'm
good
great.
trainer.
You're not me though.
I'm not him.
Otherwise,
I'm the
I
best.
would not have invited you for the podcast.
I did-
if you
I
wouldn't
did
be a
just-
good
I ju-
trainer.
I just thought you invited me because I'm good looking. I got a nice suit on, but I guess not.
Yo,
I
you
didn't
got
know that
swag,
before.
man.
Yeah.
Get it from your father.
Yeah, from my father.
What are you guys like doing in your free time if it's not boxing? Are you guys?
He plays
guys
pickleball. He's
Oh, I've been
Pickleball.
playing pickleball, like-
He's ranked the #1 pickleball player in Monroe, New Jersey.
No, my hip
And-
ain't feeling it.
With
he's-
hat or
Oh,
without
my
he's
hat?
ranked-
You ever play pickleball?
Yeah, we have it.
Ain't it good?
Nah, I'm super bad. I'm
No,
so
but
bad.
but it's fun though, right?
It's fun. It's
He's
fun.
ranked
You got a
number
good
one.
paddle?
No, not really.
You got to get a good paddle.
He's ranked number 1 from all 75-year-old people I know.
So because there are only like 2 people playing.
No.
No, there's some old guys
No,
in
he's
that.
wrong because 75 people, they could play. They're
No.
good.
Yeah.
I'm not up there.
He's ranked 75 and plus. He's ranked number 1.
I played with him. Horrible. Oh, my God.
He's even
horrible.
yelling at me. People, come on.
His
we gotta
daughter's
go.
better. His daughter, a lot better.
So everything is competition in your family.
Yeah, he always
Kind
wants
of.
to. He always wants to see me. Yeah, it's a lot.
Man, your family.
Yeah, my
Crazy.
fucking family. My
Crazy.
family.
So fun. I think we have everything. Do you guys want to add anything about boxing right now?
Nah, not really.
Yeah.
I just, nah.
We're
I
talking.
had a kid fight last night, Cesar Francis. So I just got him because they were he had other trainers. So he came to me. They asked me to help him, so I helped him out. He won second round knock TKO yesterday, so it was good.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. He's
Yeah.
12, 13-2 now.
Nice.
As
Next
a
time I'm
professional.
gonna interview him.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Gary, your last words. Like, do you have some tips for up and coming fighters?
Yes, don't box.
Don't box. Okay,
Don't
it's a
box.
good tip.
Don't
Please
box.
remember.
Do good in school. I'm not sure how Austria is, but
Oh, it's exactly this mentality.
all right,
Don't,
yeah.
Don't
So
go in
everyone
sports.
in Austria, hopefully you understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Or
How's
my
boxing
accent.
over there?
Oh, it's awful.
All right,
It's so
all right.
awful.
Yeah, I
so
gotta go
people
over there
from
and start my
people
own.
in Austria,
Forget it.
I'll start my
from
own
people
business
in
over
Austria,
Yeah.
do not box.
Because it gives you PTSD stuff.
No. It's
Don't
it's a
you-
hard
don't you
sport.
ever
It's a-
say that,
Let me
because,
just
you know,
say something.
You
Boxing.
train Olga, so don't ever say that.
Boxing is. I love Olga. Olga's good.
Yeah,
Olga
yeah,
gets
Olga's
nervous.
good. If
Olga
I
just,
had Olga, she would've won that night.
But you can have her. But
I
let me
even know Olga because you talked about it.
He brought it to me.
Wait,
He brought it to
let
me
me
2
say something.
times.
Oh, makes
If I would have had
Let
her,
me-
she would have won.
Let me just say so. You can have her. But let me just say.
No,
Olga,
if I would have had her,
Olga's gonna be listening to this. So Olga is so good, but she gets nervous. A lot of it, a lot of mental, a lot of it.
It's the trainer, honestly.
All right, that's it. See how?
It's the trainer. If I worked with Olga, she would have
All
won
right.
that night.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Next
I
time.
can't get through to her. That's what it is.
So Vlana, after this guy, boxing is a game of inches.
What is
Don't-
it? A gift?
It's a game of inches. You make that wrong inch,
Yeah.
it could cost you your fight. It could cost you a lot. You know what I'm saying?
But if that
So-
inch do it right, then it could benefit
and let
you.
me just tell you something. In game of inches, so don't make that inch and don't box.
Get a job.
Get a job.
Get a job.
No, but if you
No, he loves boxing, so
Nah, I
don't-
love.
don't say
but
that.
listen, boxing is a hard sport, and you
It
gotta
is.
really give it 100. You can't have a
You gotta
job.
give it
You
110%.
can't, dude. You can't work in box. You just gotta focus all your attention. Have a good trainer, because you're only as good as your trainer.
And do your history on
You
your
know-
trainers, because a lot
yes,
of these
yes.
guys are not trainers.
No one,
Yeah.
no one.
You know,
these
they're not
trainers.
trainers. Everybody's out to make
Just
money.
just because you got the freaking, just because you have
your
one
background on your
one
trainers.
amateur fight or 2 pro fights or 3 pro, they don't make you a trainer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
horrible.
So, but with that being said, you know, and thank you, and you know what you have to do now?
Go home and take a, I don't know, sleep. after you.
No, you got to get dressed. We're going out. Yeah, I'm taking
We're going
Solana.
out.
Yeah, I'm taking Solana out in the town, New York City, baby.
I'm not sure if I can go anywhere with my jogging.
No, get dressed. All right.
Just be careful in New York.
Peace.
I will. Thank you so much, guys. Okay,
you're
this was podcast episode 130. Thank you so much.